stop that. So we do both. It's called Operation Underground Railroad.
Awesome. Yeah, you can. I'll tell you. For me, for example, like I teach a lot of different people how to create groups of brand themselves, but you can create these groups. Let's say, for example, you got a side hobby, and your side hobby is selling baseball cards or sneakers or like automobiles, like muscle cars or whatever. You can create these groups. They'll start growing by themselves, and eventually, you can set it up first dibs on everything. So you get first dibs on whatever you're in the hobby of collecting or selling. So these Facebook groups work for pretty much everything. But I mainly concentrate on creating homes for sale groups. Anytime we got a realtor or loan officer, we, as a loan officer, we cover the entire state. And as a realtor, you usually cover like a pretty small area, about an hour and a half drive. But, you can create a group, DFW Homes for Sale or Texas Homes for Sale. And you can choose at that point. Like for me, I like having my name in the title, so that way it gives people another place to find me on Facebook. And if somebody's typed in for Tennessee Homes for Sale or Knoxville Homes, there's a great chance that my name's going to pop up with it. So I'm going to be associated as that path to get somebody into a house. So it's just little simple things like that, man. But yeah, reach out to me anytime, Darren, and I'll help you out. Sam, I'll let you take back over. Ask me questions.
All right. Welcome to New Little Actions. Now what? This is talking about how to use Facebook groups or other social media groups, because it doesn't always have to be Facebook. We also have tools on how to shorten your autofill? Is that what you would consider that, Marty?
How to create shortcuts in your phone, so everything I teach people is 100% mobile. And the reason I say don't just have to be Facebook groups, don't get me wrong, anybody on here, if you ever want to know anything about the Facebook groups, I pretty much know them inside out. I've been using them for about 7 years and haven't paid for advertising over 7 years, and number one out of over 100 branches every month in out. But these discussions that we create, you can use them on different platforms, So for me, I'm more gearing over to the discussion area. Once I get done with this PBG book on people how to brand themselves using Facebook groups, it's at that point it's going to be more about starting discussions and creating polls and keeping it really simple. So if you're out there and you need clients, you ain't got any clients, you go to a Facebook group right now and create a discussion, real simple discussion that just says, hey everyone, I'm a local realtor here who's looking to buy a house. I work with some great lenders. Comment below. Something that simple will amaze you on how many clients you get from it. And it takes us less than 5 seconds to drop that post out there using our text replacement. So if you got an iPhone, the text replacement's built in. If you have an Android, download the app called Text Expander. Either one of those two things will change your life. Fact. All right, Sam, go ahead.
All right, let's ping some more people in the room. Let's see who is in the audience. You got Real Estate Raleigh, you got Richard, got Coach. Raise your hand, come on up. Let's talk about Facebook groups. Let's talk about how we can get you to your next level in success using Facebook groups. Let's talk about how we could avoid having to spend a lot of money on advertisement using Facebook groups. Let's talk about this. I pinged a lot of people. I am going to add a topic on the top. Let's see if we could go, let's do, what should we, let's do advertising and support and friends. Let's find our friends. How about fun? Because this is a fun. So advertising, fun, and support. So I actually put the link up at the top for Marty's program. He gives so much free content in these rooms. I want to make sure that he actually makes some money off this. So I put that up on top. If you want to know more, click on that link. And Marty, tell him kind of what that is and why it's priced that way. You are so inexpensive. You could charge like triple that amount and still get people to do it because you're saving them so much money in advertisement. So talk to them and tell them what that's all about.
Well, for me, since I'm a loan officer / branch manager, previous realtor from the past, this is not my main source of income is in the marketing business. So a lot of times these marketers charge you an absolute arm and a leg for a couple different reasons. Number one, they want to make their stuff look better, look more valuable. They give it a higher price. A lot of times these marketers out there that's teaching people how to do things, whether it be Facebook or Instagram or whatever, a lot of times they didn't make it as a realtor or a loan officer. Now they start trying to teach people. For me, on the other hand, I've got proven results from realtors and loan officers over the last 7 years, about 20,000 screenshots. And I could charge more. And at one time I did charge a little bit more, but I realized that, hey, I'd rather spread this out. I want to spread this buzz out as far as possible. And a lot of times when you're a realtor, you're a loan officer, especially new, you've already been hit with so many different fees from your education, your classes, your tests, whatever, that you don't have that extra money to spend. So you kind of feel lost a lot of times. So I'm more about helping people than I am about the money. And if anybody knows me, you know that's 100% true. I'm not here trying to say this. But when it comes to my program, you get access to about 3 or 4 different Facebook groups that have hundreds of screen sharing videos in them, has exactly what you need to say, how to message people, how to create messenger groups, how to create you a holding pond, a personal branding group using the Facebook groups, and how to use everybody else's Facebook groups out there too, and to the extreme. Like I teach people how to buy these Facebook groups and pick them up for free. I picked up one in Atlanta that Sherry's on top of, her in Caroline. It's got 40,000 people in it. Tim on this call here has probably got 20 or 30 groups with 200,000 or 300,000 people in them. So there's different ways you can leverage yourself with the Facebook groups, whether it be you want to use everybody else's to advertise, you want to create your own to grow, create mini groups to grow, or whether it be buy Facebook groups, you can monetize them by renting a cover photo, all that goody good stuff. But I teach everything for a one-time fee of $495 and then $10 a month. But I don't require that money up front. So if you only have part of it, I'm pretty laid back. I can work with a lot of people. It's more about helping people. And the $10 a month, what that gets you is you get access to my Google Classroom that I built. That Google Classroom is loaded full of just an absolute ton of teaching, a ton of information, a ton of videos, a ton of screenshots, walking people through each step. It's very easy to replicate. I've got a 73-year-old out there using a buzz, kicking butt with it. It's all 100% mobile. But you get access to that Google Classroom, and you get unlimited training with me, like one-on-ones. I try to work 8 a.m. to 3 a.m. I take a lot of Zoom calls every day, a lot of calls every day. So I'm usually always there to help you pull in clients. And that's what I'm teaching you how to do. I ain't teaching you the real estate part of this. I'm teaching you how to get on Facebook and create simple posts, simple polls to find buyers and to find sellers. I had a realtor ask me one night, she said, Marty, can you help me find sellers? It's been quite a while ago. And I said, sure. I got on Facebook and I created a simple poll that said, with the housing market so hot, why have you not listed your house yet? Then I put some options out there. And the next day I woke up, I had about 10, 12 people click those options. And that was one little poll. It took me less than 30 seconds to create. So I took it to a little different level. I did it and I created that same poll in about 10 different groups, maybe 12. Woke up the next day, I had over 100 people that tell me that they want to sell their house for either how much they want to sell it for or why they hadn't put on the market yet because they had to do minor work to the house first or major work to the house first, or they had a picture up for sale. Just different ways to find these people out there, real people, real heartbeats, not leads. That's one thing I tell everybody. There's no more chasing leads in my world. In my world, these Facebook groups, it does it all for you. And the great thing about it is it don't stop. I got posts and polls that pop up 2 or 3 years later with people saying, I want information. I want information. These posts and polls have been flopping around on Facebook now for 2 or 3 years. No telling how they found it. I didn't even remember them even being out there. A lot of them, they just happen to pop up like, oh yeah, I remember creating that poll or that post. So it's just different ways to come across as a person, how to create direct messages with people, how to create messenger groups with loan officers. I'm what a lot of people call me the connector because I have connected so many different realtors and loan officers together that is freaking crazy. And it's so fast, it's within seconds using messenger groups. So much easier. And for us, I'm still on the loan officer side, the branch manager side, me and my partner, we got think, well, now we're up to 11 different branches, about 50 or 60 different loan officers spread around different states. And we got messenger groups for all of our loan officers together. We got them for each little branch, their messenger group for their teams. So the messenger groups work great, especially when it comes to realtors and loan officers working together, or insurance agents, either one, all working together to help clients get into a house. So that's pretty much what I teach. Again, it's 100% mobile, and it works 100% of the time. When it don't work, you don't work. It's just that simple. Hope that helps. Hope that clears up some things. Sam, go ahead.
Absolutely. And Tim, I'm gonna put you on the spot because I know you're using them and got how many different Facebook groups are you running, and you know, where are they? Where are you located? And all that stuff. Let me know, Tim. Introduce yourself.
I'm I'm just outside of Dallas, Fort Worth, a little podunk town called Gun Barrel City here in Texas. And I actually started the Buzz in February, working with Marty and trying to build my insurance business. And I found out I'm not really good at insurance, so Marty offered me to come on and open up a branch for him here in Gun Barrel. And I've been hammering the Facebook groups. I've got control of probably about 40 groups now, a couple of 100,000 people. I've got groups in several different states. And in the last week alone, I picked up another 80,000 people, probably about 4 or 5 groups. Just going through the classrooms, going through the stuff that Marty teaches you, doing the one-on-ones. I wouldn't turn back now if I had to. I mean, it's been a fantastic ride. It's been an opportunity, and I tell people all the time. I say, look, this is easy. It's not difficult. You're not going to kill yourself doing it. If the Buzz isn't working for you, it's because you're not working the Buzz. And it's I can't say enough about Marty. I left my insurance business to come work for him. That's how much faith and confidence I have in the Buzz and its effectiveness, and I've seen it work. I've seen it work in my own business, and I've told several other people about it, and I've seen it work for them too. It's amazing. I wish I knew about these years and years ago.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'm just going to go through Floor. Introduce yourself, where you're at, where we could send you referrals, because all these rooms is to help get referrals as well. And that's why Marty's here, because Marty can help you get to your next level in business using the Buzz, the Human Energy Buzz. And it's proven. And he's got stuff on his Instagram. I mean, he has proof. And there's so many people. I wish we would have been able to get Elizabeth in here, Marty. But I don't know if she's on. I don't know if she is on Clubhouse. But Elizabeth would be a great person to have in this room. Can you ping her? Is she on Clubhouse?
I'm just now getting back on here again after taking a little bit of a break, and I'm not sure if she is or not. But I know that I'm going to drop this link out there and see if we can get some more Buzz team members in here.
Absolutely.
And I'll drop a poll or post that I just got from one of our realtors, and he's in Clarksville, Tennessee, and it just proves that the Buzz can work immediately. I've had many people say, I can't believe this. This is crazy. You know, they can drop my post out there in 4 or 5 groups, and then what happens is those posts will just start blowing up, and we learn how to create that buzz by not answering anybody in front of anybody else, always taking it directly over to Messenger. When you take it directly over to Messenger, now you got a real contact with a real person, and that person may not be ready to buy or sell right now. And Ron Daly, the realtor out in Clarksville, he put a post out there today that said that he had a person that reached out to him about a year ago through the Facebook groups, and he added them to his personal branded group, his PBG, what we call it. And this here the other day, he got reached out to him and said, okay, I'm ready now to sell my house, you know. And if it wasn't for him finding that guy in the Facebook group by creating a simple little poll and then adding him to his homes for sale group, he may not have got that client. And that's kind of what the Buzz does for you. It'll work now, and it just continues to work throughout your It's done for me, at least for the last 7 years. You know, we went from getting 3 or 4 applications a day, like clockwork, just me and my wife that was doing this together. And then next thing you know, we started teaching our loan officers how to do it. We had a small branch here in Knoxville with about 8 or 9 people. Like I said, now I've got 10 branches, about 60 or 70 people, and everybody uses the Facebook groups, and it's nonstop. We can create a simple poll out there, and I'll drop a few screenshots on my on Instagram here in a second so you guys can see this. But you can create a simple poll out there. Hey, what's stopping you from buying a house? Credit, income, down payment. The big key is just be a person. Don't go in there and drop in screenshots. Don't go in there and drop in pictures. Just have basic conversations, and you get all the people you want. Go ahead, Sam.
I appreciate that. Oh, I appreciate that, Marty. Anybody have any questions on what the buzz is and how to use Facebook groups for your business and how to be social? Because social media is about being social, and a lot of people forget about that, you know. And it's all about life too, because you have other things you do in life that are important. You got family, you got your health, you got religion, you got all those things that are important in your life. But you need to make sure that you can reach out in an intelligent way and ask some questions, put some polls out there. Coach Sean, welcome up.
Hey, thanks, Sam. It's great to see you again. I've got a question for Marty. Would this also, because I do B2B mostly, because I coach mortgage and real estate, would this also work in LinkedIn, or what's your experience with that? Thank you.
You know, I have had people take my posts over to LinkedIn and say it's worked. I've had probably more people tell me they've had more success on TikTok, and probably more success on TikTok than LinkedIn. But I've not had a lot of people, you know, and I'm not real familiar with LinkedIn too, by the way. There is a guy that's on Clubhouse here named Dan something, who's really familiar with LinkedIn, and he was telling me about how they got LinkedIn groups on there to kind of like the Facebook groups in a way. And so I would 100% say yes. If you're selling to, let's say for example, you're an insurance agent and you're trying to find realtors, loan officers out there, other people out there that may not be offered insurance, and you're trying to find that easy way in. Well, that might be a pretty easy way to get on LinkedIn and start joining some of those groups on here. You know, and I'm now trying to look at that myself. You know, like I'm trying to expand my reach this year coming up, where I have been so dedicated and been inside these Facebook groups and messenger groups. That's pretty much what I know. But I will back my expertise in the Facebook groups against anybody on this planet, except for Facebook itself. And then, even then, they might know the a little bit more technical side of the groups than I do. But still, being able to create these posts and polls out there that bring in, and I dropped one a minute ago on my Instagram there you can look at, and I think it was it was a poll one of my loan officers had created, and that poll right there had been out there for I think it was less than an hour or two, and it might have been one day, but it had a total of 100-something people had clicked the options on that poll. You know, so you can find. It doesn't matter what you're doing out there. You can find it these Facebook groups for sure. But work on other platforms. I've not personally done it myself, but I have other people do it. So I hope that helped answer the question.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, Sean. Always nice to see you in these rooms. Welcome to Newly Licensed. Now what? Tim, Sherry, why don't you introduce yourself so we can go down the line, make sure that everyone gets seen.
Okay. Hi, I'm Sherry Edwards, and I'm a real estate agent in Atlanta, Georgia. And I've been a member of the Buzz team now over a year and really enjoying it. So, yeah, it's a great thing to do. Thank you.
Awesome. And what kind of posts are you doing on the Buzz? Are you doing like are you doing for listings? Are you doing for buyers? What are you doing? Or is it a combination of both?
Kind of combination for both, but my target is sellers. That's my target because, you know, we're so low in inventory. I have buyers, but I don't have a home to put them in. It's, you know, the offers is 25 and 30, and you know, you just can't win an offer. So unless I take them toward new construction. But yeah, my target is sellers. That's my target.
Fantastic. Thank you, Sherry. Hey, Marty, if somebody wanted to focus on new home builders, what kind of post would you do for like a new home builder?
Sorry about that. So, no, what was it again, Sam?
If somebody wanted to focus on new home builders, say bringing buyers to new home builders, what kind of post would you do for like a new home builder?
You know, that'd be I'd have to sit there and think about that, but it all depends if you're trying to target the people to come to the new home builders. Like if you're a home builder, you're like, how can I find clients? Or are you trying to find home builders out there? So in other words, you may be a loan officer or a realtor and you want to get connected to home builders, you know? And so you could create a simple poll like that or a simple post that just says, hey, I'm trying to connect to some home builders. Does anybody know any? Can anybody recommend any home builders out there? So like for me, I can go to a Facebook group and say, can anybody recommend a realtor that needs more clients? And every post that I create out there, we usually have 100 to 200 people get tagged in. And then I'll have a lot of realtors message me directly, a lot of them comment below. Well, the same thing would happen to home builders too. If you're looking for home builders to connect with, that'd be an easy way to do it. But if you're a home builder and you're trying to get clients for it, well, then you can just drop just any post out there, you know, about buying a house. And the key is to always get people to comment below, no matter what kind of post you create. If it ain't a poll, if it's just a regular post, and what I mean by regular post is going into a Facebook group and say, hey everyone, as a discussion, click on the discussion tab, a buy, sell, trade group. Hey everyone, I'm a local realtor here. I work with some great lenders who's looking to buy a house. Comment below. All it takes is one person to comment, no matter what kind of poll, what kind of post you're creating out there. One person to comment to create that buzz. Because what happens is when that one person comments a direct message, introducing yourself, not in a businessy way, as a person, and then you go back to your post and you just reply back PM sent. It causes this curiosity. And that's how, if you guys look at my Instagram, you'll see a couple of screenshots. I dropped a couple yesterday, I think. But you can see one of the posts that we have out there, probably our most popular post, looking for applicants post. That thing has got over 1,000 comments, at least 20-something times that I've seen personally. You know, 1,000-something comments on a post that took less than 5 seconds to create. That's a lot of different people that now know who you are, now know you're a path to buying a house or to getting them into a house. Thing you got to remember, it's all about your reach out there, and it's easy to get the reach out there with the social media these days, no matter what platform you're using.
Absolutely. Anthony, welcome to the room. How are you today?
Hey, Simon. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm doing excellent. Thank you so much for asking. So I've been sitting in the background and just listening for a little bit, and I caught, Coach Sean questions on regards to LinkedIn. I don't know if he's still there, if he's still listening.
Yep, I'm still here.
Yeah, Sean, I think you was talking about whether LinkedIn was the platform, or would you wanted to learn a little bit more about LinkedIn. And, rather than to spend the next 5-6 minutes me explaining to you why I believe that LinkedIn is probably a better platform for you with regards to the targeting audience and be able to see who's seen your post, which is, by the way, LinkedIn is the only platform out of all the platforms that is available in which you post something and you could actually see the actual people that see your post, and then you could take that information, first name, last name, email address, phone number, title, location of that person, and then you could take that information and you could export it into a CSV file and move it into a drip campaign than leaving Facebook posts. I'm going to believe that, yes, you could post something on Facebook and a group and whatever, and you could get a lot of set of eyes, but can you do something with those eyes? Unless the people reach out to you and create and actually execute the call to action, you just blind advertising.
I disagree with that completely.
Again,
I tell you why I disagree with it. Because you're telling me you can't connect to a real person in real time on Facebook, but you can on LinkedIn. That don't make any sense. And I can introduce you to about 100 different realtors that have closed double-digit transactions thanks to the Facebook groups.
I believe you. I'm not saying that it's not. I say for me, I was saying for you respectfully, for me, I would tell you right, 90% of my business has been generated by LinkedIn because of the ability to be able to reach out to my audience the ability to post anything in any contest that I put in, and I be able to, without creating a pool, that I can actually see which eyes I'm reaching.
Well, I closed about $5 million to $7 million a month every month and a half for about, I don't know, 6-7 years straight.
And that's
that's 100%. 100%.
That's what I'm here. And that's what. No, listen. By no means, listen. It's not a point of discussion. That's what I'm here to learn from the expert like you. I just wanted to present that for what I believe was Coach Sean.
No, yeah, you're good. I just get a little butthurt when it comes to people knocking out.
Oh no.
Because I've got 20,000 screenshots from different realtors and loan officers out there across the United States. I own Facebook. I control Facebook groups in 40-something states with about 5 million members combined. And I have never, ever in my life, and I've been a realtor in the mid-90s, been a loan officer since 2004, have never found anything so effective that's free than Facebook groups.
I would say, and I'm just going to use the words that you say, I would probably, since you have already mastered, and that's what I'm here to learn from people like you, but since you have already mastered the art of Facebook and control so much real estate, digital real estate on Facebook, I would probably humbly suggest that maybe you want to spend a little bit of quality time learning perhaps all the power of LinkedIn. I'm not associated with LinkedIn. I don't work for LinkedIn. I don't spend a single dollar on LinkedIn. I'm just trying to say, since you already mastered Facebook, perhaps spending some of the quality time and getting acquainted with some of the other platforms may just enhance what you're doing, my brother.
Yeah, I appreciate that. And I definitely agree with you for sure. And I even said that to Sam when we first started our call today is, hey, it ain't just about Facebook groups. It's just a tool. And it's just a tool on how to find people. People's got to learn how to have conversations no matter what kind of social media platform they have. And that's usually the kicker for a lot of people when it comes to converting. Is how did you come across as somebody? Did you come across as a person? Did you come across as a business? Were you friendly? Were you not friendly? So it's a little bit of everything, But yeah, I 100% agree, and I know that LinkedIn has power. I ain't saying it don't have power, but I've just never seen anything with the power as Facebook groups so far. And they're not stopping. They're only getting better. They're not getting worse.
I got to bail, gentlemen, and ladies. I just want to say thank you, Marty. Thank you, Anthony. Thank you, Sam. Great stuff as always. Take care, guys.
Thank you, Coach. Take care. Yeah, and you know what, Anthony, you have something that Marty can expand on too. He's mastered the Facebook groups. Yeah, and if he could take what he knows in Facebook group and transition it over to LinkedIn, oh my gosh, the sky is the limit. The sky is the limit because he's got the skills already. He already knows what to say. And now LinkedIn actually does have polls. I saw recently that they added polls. So we could take some of that knowledge and put it over into LinkedIn and think about what we could do with business owners.
Yeah, I pretty much think any kind of platform out there that has posts and polls that you create and has a like button, a share button, a comment below button. Comment below is most important, which I know LinkedIn has that too. Being able to get people to comment, getting that direct message to them, it creates a curiosity. So that's a big difference. I tell a lot of people, you can go to a Facebook group right now. You can create a discussion that says, hey, who wants to buy a house? Message me. But you will probably only get 1 or 2 messages if you get any. Where you could say who wants to buy a house, comment below, and it just takes one person to say they want info, and it just starts this chain, starts this crazy madness of everybody wanting info. And that's the buzz. Go ahead, Sam.
That is the buzz. That is why we're here. That is why we have you as special guest, Marty. You've been doing this for a long time, and we want to expand your reach and teach people. The free stuff as well as the stuff that is worth investing in your business. So I put a link up there for Marty's system. It's $10 a month. It's $4.95 to start. Great tools. Google Classrooms. Everything goes into the Google Classrooms. Plus, what's even more valuable is Marty goes on and connects with people personally and says, hey, do we need to do something? Do we need to do a Zoom meeting with you today to make sure that you're where you want to go? and he cares. And he cares. And when you talk to him, you could tell he cares. When he does his videos, his YouTube videos, you could tell he cares. He just really wants to. And he gives a lot of value free in these rooms. And he hasn't been in the room for a little while. So that's why I wanted to drag him in here and say, hey, Marty, you know, we need to share this. And you could be the realtor around the corner from me, and you could be my competition. But I want to share this, and I want to make this real estate business better. Let's communicate with each other. Let's touch, you know, let's really add some value, because you know, people see houses anywhere. They can go to Zillow. They can go to all those places and find houses. We have quality. We have quality. We're not a commodity. We're not a commodity. And what he does with the energy, but with the buzz, is he creates quality, because you get connections with these people, and you have no idea who they are, and they're asking you questions, or they're responding to something that you put up there. So you have an open lines of communication where you may have not had that, where people just see pictures and they don't comment, or they don't look, and they don't go to Instagram and they don't follow, and they, you know, all those things that you need to have communication. Think about how many people go past a post, like an Instagram post, or they're afraid to like something, or any of those things. Think about how many people that we have that run by what we do and don't do any action. Social media is for social. And I don't understand that. Social media is to be social. I'll give you a tool. I'll give you some training that I learned from an agent a while ago. Go on your Facebook. Look at those people that are the green dots on your Facebook. Think about those people. Those are people that are online right now. They're on right now. So think about those people. If you just connected with them, I mean, just calling, saying hi. Click on them. Say hi. How are you doing? That's social media. In the morning, you can go through that whole list of green dots, and you're connecting with people. That's social media. You can connect. Happy birthday. I hope your day is going well. Whatever. But you're creating communication. You're creating something that's valuable. Zillow can't do that. Redfin can't do that. None of those things can do that, because you're a person. And that's what's valuable in this real estate business, or any business. The communication, the talking with each other. Like these rooms. Why do people come in these rooms? Why do we have 17 people in this room, and we've had 43 people so far since we've created this newly licensed now what? Contact, communication. People need people. So that's what he's got to offer. He's amazing what he does. Tim has numerous rooms, or numerous Facebook groups. I've created about 100 Facebook groups myself since I've been work with Marty. It costs me nothing to create Facebook groups. It costs me nothing. I just created a religious realtor group for eXp because it needed to be done, and it's a closed group because there's a lot of negativity, and there's a lot of anti-Semitic stuff out there. But I created something that I know that there's going to be other agents that want to be coming in and communicating and get referrals off each other. So you can create a group like that. You can create a Facebook group for minority realtors out there to connect. I mean, there's so many things you could do. Think about what you could do, how you could connect with people that you're closest to, that you're most alike. So I'm going to land my plane, and actually, let me reset the room. My name.
Okay. Oops.
Oh, sorry, Anthony. This is Newly Licensed Now What? I do this every day, usually 12 o'clock, and usually it winds up finishing around 1:30. But I brought Marty in here because he offers so much value to realtors and lenders, and actually any business, because he's got skills and knowledge that he'd been doing it for over 7 years on how to master Facebook groups. And when I talk to people about Facebook groups, they're like, huh? The light goes on in their eyes. What about Facebook groups? They see all the advertisements, but they don't know what to do with them. So Marty's a specialist in Facebook groups, and Tim also. Sherry also uses Facebook groups for her business. And if you want to know more, you could DM Marty, or you can go to his Instagram. You can go and back office, get him in the back office. Marty, you get since last time you've been here, they have this really cool thing called a back office. See the little airplane? People click on that airplane and they wind up communicating with you in your messenger. So it's a really cool tool if you haven't used it yet.
Yeah, I haven't messed with that yet. Like I said just now, I'm kind of getting back on here again, and so yeah, I'll definitely. I see a lot of updates. It's pretty good, pretty impressive.
And every time, and by the way, every time that you come, you're probably gonna see something new.
Absolutely, Anthony. Absolutely, Anthony. Anybody in the audience down here have anything to say? Oh, Anthony, you got something to say. Let me mute myself.
Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, I did wanted to ask Marty. So Marty, so did you recommend before you started your group, or were preempted to I guess roll into your class? Did you recommend someone to start a group? Invite all your friends or your connections. I mean, I know that you probably showcase that and you show that in the program. Can you give us a quick tip of, what it?
Oh yeah, for sure.
If possible. I mean, I don't want to step any toe, but I was.
Oh no, trust me. I'll sit here and give out free information all day long, Anthony. Because one thing I've definitely realized over these years, especially teaching people, is I can give people access to my classrooms and my. Some people actually take the time, take a few minutes of their day to kind of start learning this a little bit, and some people just never look at it at all, So we're all creatures of habit. Sometimes we get too busy going in other directions or whatever. But for me, I didn't actually start creating groups until about 3 years, 2.5, 3 years after using everybody else's groups. So I started off just joining groups like crazy. Right now, I think I'm in like 4,000 or 5,000 groups, something crazy amount, Started joining a bunch of groups. It wasn't easy at first. You got to think about this. I was doing this back in 2014. But the middle of 2014 is when I stumbled across the Facebook groups, started posting. About 2 months for me and my partner to be able to quit spending $3,000 or $4,000 a month in advertising, and we haven't spent a penny since then. And that was back in 2014. But I started creating these personal branding groups because one of my loan officers said, Marty, what's the one thing you regret that you wish you could change going back on it now? And I said, honestly, when I was a realtor in the mid-90s, I did a way better job, even though I didn't talk to that many people. I did a way better job actually keeping track of the people I talked to, and it kind of led me to create a holding pond. So I created this group called Knoxville Homes for Sale/Rent. Marty Human makes home buying easy. I put a few people in it. I added some previous clients to it, some friends to it, some family members to it. And I quit trying to grow it years ago, and today it's got close to 5,000 people in it. And it just, but what I learned about these Facebook groups is they kind of become alive by themselves. So a good analogy that I hear a lot is, or that I've heard is, a Facebook page, a business page is like somebody driving through your neighborhood and maybe seeing you and waving as they're driving by your house. Where a Facebook group, you're actually inviting that person over to a backyard barbecue, and now they're getting to know you a lot more. It's more intimate. There's a lot more direct messages. There's a lot more communication even inside the Facebook groups. So it really all depends on what your current need is. I created that personal branding group because I realized after 2 or 3 years, I was getting thousands of likes, thousands of comments, but I wasn't putting those people anywhere. I wasn't asking those people to go anywhere. So it led me to start creating those personal branding groups. So you can, any of you can get on Facebook right now, and let's say your location is, I'm just going to use Austin, Texas, since it's a pretty hot spot right now. Austin, Texas. If you're out in Austin, Texas, you could create a Facebook group called Austin, Texas Homes for Sale, and you can put dash Marty Human makes it easy. It's one of the great things about these Facebook groups. They allow us to put more in the title than just a couple different words, which gives people a better chance to be able to find you. Well, create that group, add some friends to it, add some previous clients to it. Next thing you know, that group becomes alive, it'll start growing by itself. You'll notice maybe 1 or 2 people wanting to join the next day or two. All of a sudden, you'll get to where you got 3 or 4 people wanting to join it, 5 or 6 people wanting to join it. You get to ask any 3 questions to any of these people. When either they're joining their group or when they're inside the group trying to participate, you can set up these participation questions. And it's real simple questions like, hey, what stopped me from buying a house? Credit, income, or down payment? Would you like to put your house on the market? It's just an easy way into an easy conversation with somebody. That's one thing I love about Facebook groups is it's so uninvasive. It ain't like going into a neighborhood and knocking on somebody's door and then getting your head ding blown off about 5 minutes later. It's more of, hey, I'm on Facebook, and before you can get in your car and go somewhere to door knock, I'll already have 5 conversations or 10 conversations or 20 conversations going with real people that either want to buy a house or want to sell a house. You know, so you can start off by, long story short, you can create you a group, give it a name, reach out to me, I'll even help you come up with a better name if you don't like it or if you need some extra advice. Or you can get into Facebook and start joining groups out there. Buy, sell, trade groups are usually the best. People real heartbeats. They might be selling underwear and washing machines, but they're also buying and selling houses. Stay away from marketplace. Always use a discussion tab. And when it comes to my training, you get access to some groups that has like hundreds of videos, screen sharing videos. Everything I teach everybody is 100% mobile. You will not be on your computer or your desktop. You will not on your phone for the easy origination, easy messaging. I can create a post at night, 2 or 3 posts at night, have a few people comment at night, wake up the next morning, I've got 50 or 100 people waiting on me. So it's just an easy way. So get out there on Facebook, just create simple discussions at first, and reach out to me anytime if you want to know more about my system. Like Sam said earlier, I don't charge much. It may seem like a lot, but honestly, it could be a lot more. I've got proof where one realtor took one of my posts and closed 4 deals off the very first time she ever used one of my posts in a Facebook group. 4 deals off that very first post. So the money's there, the proof is there. It's just a matter of people have to take the initiative to get out there and create these posts. You can't be scared. Not in this world. You got to be out there. And you want to know everybody. One of my biggest pet peeves is hearing a realtor, hearing a loan officer, hearing an insurance agent, hearing an investor saying, well, I want to keep this separate from my personal, you know, but when you're a realtor or when you're a loan officer, that's who you are. And you should want everybody to know who you are and what you do, because you are a path to the American dream, or to the universal dream of being a homeowner. Hope that helps.
Absolutely.
You know, Tim, if I can interject.
Oh, absolutely, Tim.
One of the things I find most useful about the buzz and the strategies that Marty teaches is you are advertising without advertising. You're creating conversations. You're creating relationships. And that's more than just putting an ad or with a fancy thing and a picture and that people scroll by all day long. This is people that are actually engaging you in conversation. I was in the insurance game for a minute, and I was doing health insurance, and I found I had more success going into a Facebook group saying, hey, who needs health insurance, or who needs dental and vision insurance? More success doing that than I did when I was paying, $200, $300, $400, $500 a week or a couple $100 a day in ad spend. Just organic conversations, and you'll have much more success with that than you will with trying to put something fancy and posts and polls are my bread and butter. I'll put up a poll, what stopped you from buying a house this year? In credit, income, or down payment. I'll wake up the next day, I'll have everybody. I'll have 5 or 6 for each thing, plus 30 comments underneath it to follow up with. I mean, it's just organic conversation is the key, and Marty teaches that in spades.
Absolutely. I appreciate that, Tim. Let's see. Anybody else want to come up? Armando, you're sitting down there, and I know you're in Texas, so you have to come up here and introduce yourself so we can send you some business. Jennifer, You need to come up so we could send you some business. Come on, people. You gotta come up. No shy agents in these rooms. Come on. Come on up. Introduce yourself. Let's send some business over your way.
You all can go to Amazon.com and just type in Marty Human. You can see that I wrote a book teaching people how to do this. And if you're on this call right now, message me directly, and I'll get you a book sent out either this week or next week for free. So you don't have to buy it on Amazon, but you can see that it's there. I've got plenty of proof, and you can come here and ask any questions you want to ask. Just like Sam said, come here and ask any questions. I'll be happy to answer anything. Doesn't matter. I'm an open book when I'm on Clubhouse.
That's a winner chicken dinner. That's awesome, Marty. So yeah, come on up. Closed mouths don't get fed. Closed mouths don't get fed. Do you have too much business right now? Then stay down there and don't say anything. Flora, go ahead.
Well, I think you were trying to get me to talk earlier, but then I got a call come through as you were doing that. But yes, so I am Flora, and I am a realtor in the Tampa Bay area, the greater Tampa area in Florida. I service generally like the Tri-Counties, Hillsborough, Pasco, and Pinellas. So if anybody has anyone looking to move down here or looking to sell a home, shoot them my way. Thank you.
There you go. Closed mouths don't get fed. Armando, welcome up.
What up, guys? Armando, Houston, Texas, real estate agent in the Heights specifically, and I'm currently door knocking for my open house that I have in about a couple hours. So just kind of meeting the neighbors again.
Hey, Armando, I have a Facebook group in Houston that's got over 100-some thousand people in it. We can easily put your open house on that group for you. I don't mind at all.
Okay.
I was going to say, Armando, connect with me. I'm a lender in Texas. I work with Marty at Southwest Funding, and I own several groups in Texas as well. So we can definitely connect and do some business together.
Yeah, sure. Thanks, guys. Marty, what's your business Facebook group called again?
I've got plenty of them, but my big one in Texas, or the Houston area, there's a buy, sell, trade, Houston, Texas, I'm pretty sure. I think it's pretty simple.
Oh, yeah.
But you send me a friend request, and I'll drop a screenshot of it on my Instagram real quick so you can see which group it is. Hold on one second. Let me go pick it up real quick and grab a screenshot of it. And but yeah, send me a friend request to Marty Human, and I can get you. You just send me information about your open house, and I'll be happy. And I've got groups in 40-something states, so any of you got an open house and you want to advertise it, and you're in. If I got a group in that state, I don't mind at all to help advertise it. But yeah, this group here has 113,000 people in it right now, and it's got about 3,000 people wanting to join. And I picked this group up years ago for just a few $100s, and it only had about 50,000 people in it, 40,000 people in it at that time.
All right. There we go. See? Closed mouths don't get fed. He get his house sold on one of Marty's Facebook groups. And the coolest thing is Armando could get more business from it because he could put a question out there or a poll and get more business off of not even spending any money. I use Marty's Facebook groups all the time. I post all my stuff, all the different things I have, even my affiliate pages. I post my affiliate pages on all the Facebook groups. I'll give you a hint. Go to Facebook if you're sitting still. Something I learned from Marty. Go to Facebook. I'm going to go on right now while I'm talking to you. Facebook is a search engine browser. So once this loads up, technology is great when it works. I tell you that. Come on. All right. I'll close that down. I'll go.
much when you're joining groups. But now, like Sam says, join groups everywhere. Don't just join them in your own little area, because you guys do have a big advantage than we do on the loan officer side. And that advantage is that 25% referral fee. And when you learn how to use the messenger groups to build, like I just now connected, thanks Armando for your message there. I just connected you and Tim into a messenger group. It took me less than 2 seconds to do. You know, that's one of the great things about this. The relationships you can create and build through the Facebook groups are faster and probably more meaningful than most things out there, because you see the person, they see you. Almost everybody, my dad's on Facebook, 85 years old. Almost everybody out there is on Facebook, especially in our age range. It's looking to buy houses or sell houses, and if they're not, they're on these TikTok or whatever, you know. So take these same discussions and over to other platforms and use them. But yeah, just be a person, keep it simple, keep your pictures out of your post. The old way of thinking is, hey, I'm going to go to a Facebook group, I'm going to drop a picture of a house or a picture of me, say, hey, look at me, I'm a realtor. That doesn't work, because there's too much competition out there for you guys. There's too many realtors in every corner. They can find a realtor anywhere. So you got to set yourself apart by creating discussions. Go ahead, Sam.
Oh, I was just pinging some people into the room, see if we can get some more people to come up. Jennifer, come on up. We haven't talked in a while. Come on up and introduce yourself. Where are you at? Where we could send you business, and if you have any questions for Marty, come on up. Richard, always nice seeing you. Come on up. Stephanie, come on up. Vanessa, I love that mask. Come on up and say hi. I appreciate all of you in this room. I'll tell you that up front. Welcome to New License Now. What? How do I use? I'll just say social media. How do I use social media? We won't say Facebook groups. We'll say social media. How do I use social media? Because these tools, these skills can transfer into TikTok. They can transfer into Instagram. They can transfer to Twitter. You name it. They could transfer over into the different social media. If you know how to use the social media, the specific social media channels, what their rules are, and the tools that they have, you can use what Marty teaches you. Human Energy Buzz. Click on the link above. If you want to know more about it, ask Marty questions. $4.95 to start, $10 a month, which is nothing in this business. People spend $20,000 a month to pay Zillow. This is nothing. This is nothing. So come on up. Ask questions. If you have any questions, please come on up and ask. Go ahead, Tim.
Sam, and it's funny that you say that the $10 a month. Access to all the groups that Marty owns, just that alone is worth the $10 a month, let alone the countless one-on-one Zooms, the Google Classrooms, the constant updates of information. If Facebook makes a change, you're going to know about it before most of Facebook knows about it, because Marty's he's on point with sending updates, creating videos, always coming up with new and innovative ways to do things, and you know, and a lot of times it's you know, the what's worked before is still working, but if something new comes out, he's always quick to update you and keep you. But the $10 a month, it's worth it just for access to his groups. That alone is worth $10. That virtual real estate, the ability to post your listings, or to put your posts and pin them to the top. That is invaluable. I mean, $10 a month. That's you can't get advertising for that anywhere.
Absolutely. How much do we spend on Starbucks? And it's not even good coffee. We spend $7 to $10 on Starbucks coffee, and you spend that every day for 30 days. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money out there just for coffee. So, you know, for $10 is nothing. Is nothing. We spend that, you know, in a day on Starbucks coffee. If we just like cut down the Starbucks coffee and invest in our business, this is so worth it. Vanessa, welcome up. Thank you so much for coming up. Introduce yourself. Let us know where you're at. Welcome, Grant.
Hello, how's everyone doing? So my name is Vanessa. I'm from Kansas City. I was just coming up to say hi.
Vanessa, have you ever used Facebook groups for your business?
No, I haven't yet. I haven't even set up a Facebook group for my business yet. I just set up my Instagram. So I need to get that done though.
Ask Marty how to do it. How to do it properly. Do it once, do it properly, and then you can use it for cash cow.
I'd love to know more information about that.
So Vanessa, I missed part of that. Sorry about that. I was getting a call coming in, but I did hear you say something about Kansas City, and then it kind of cut out. Now is this Kansas City, Kansas? Kansas City, Missouri, on the border?
I am actually licensed for Kansas and Missouri. I was born and raised in Kansas City, Missouri. I currently live in Kansas City, Kansas.
Okay. Yeah, that gets a little confusing to me because I've got a couple groups out in that area somewhere out there, and I actually got licensed in Missouri here about a year ago. I guess we were going to open a branch up out there, and I'm probably still going to one of these days. So if you know any loan officers out there that's looking to run a branch ever, always keep me in mind. Now, when it comes to your, are you getting ready to roll? Okay. When it comes to you using Facebook groups, go ahead and create your group called Kansas City. You can put Kansas City, Kansas, KS on the end of it. And homes for sale. And then Vanessa, let me see your last name here. Alan makes home bindings. It could be that simple of a title. And then what'll happen is you add some people to that group, some previous clients, some friends, family, whatever. Next thing you know, you'll see that group just taking off. See, boy. I'll call you here in a little while.
Nice, thank you.
No problem at all. And if you want a free book, I'm going to give a mood today. If any of you on here want a free book, just message me directly your mailing address. It's either Marty Human through Facebook Messenger or Instagram or...
Vanessa, follow me as well. I own a couple of groups out in Kansas that you'd be more than welcome to join and post in.
Definitely, thank you.
I don't know if you guys just heard that too. I just said I don't think I had it mute on accident. But if any of you guys want a free book, I'm going to give a mood. I got some books to give away. Just message me directly your mailing address, either Facebook Messenger or on here, either one, and I'll definitely before the end of this week get you a book sent out.
And I read that book. I read that book in one day, Marty. One day.
When you read that book, you'll see the power of these Facebook groups, what it did for my life and how it changed things for us. And you'll definitely 100% at that point want to be a Buzz team member. Because everybody that reads that book messages me directly and says, I'm ready to sign up.
Absolutely. It's a great book. I can't wait to see the second one. Who else is coming up? Don't be shy. We don't bite. We promise. Come on. If you don't come up, I'm going to call you up. Come on. This isn't the shy room. We aren't shy here. We help people take their business to the next level. That's why this room is here. Newly licensed, now what? You could be a brand new agent and understand the things that Marty is teaching you and be $1 million agent in no time. Just by understanding how to use groups. You know, how to use social media. That's what it's all about. Being social in media, social media. Most people aren't. Most people think, or they post a picture and they get no response. Go ahead, Marty.
I was just going to say that, after teaching, we created this business back in 2018 now, almost 4 years ago. And over the years, just teaching realtors and loan officers how to use the groups. It's a matter of, a lot of realtors, loan officers, they may know what to say, but they don't know how to put that in action. Or they may see one of my polls out there and they're like, oh my gosh, this is amazing, but they won't know how to create a poll. And especially us teaching you how to do this 100% mobile, it really does make life so much easier to be able to get off your desktop or get off your laptop and to be able to take care of any of your origination needs pretty much all through your iPhone or your Android. You know, and we talked about this earlier, and this is a great advice for any of you. If you have an iPhone, simply click on your settings button on your iPhone, just so you can find this. You can always go back to it later, but click on your settings on your iPhone, and then click that general button. When you click the general button, you'll scroll down, you'll see a button, it says keyboard. Click that keyboard. When you click it, it's going to come to a section that's called text replacement. That allows us to be able to create posts and create polls within seconds, and it keeps us under the radar. So we kind of make fun of it that Facebook has Facebook jail, Facebook prison, Facebook purgatory. You guys probably seen a lot of memes out there about the Facebook jail and being locked up, you know, because they do slow you down, especially if you go into the Facebook groups and you copy and paste a lot. But using these shortcuts, this text replacement, it makes it look like that you actually typed it out, and it allows you to go ahead and pre-plan all your messages, all your responses. So there's one thing to learn how to use the Facebook groups. Okay, I kind of get this. I see Marty, what he's saying. I can go out there, there's 50,000 members in this group or 100,000 members in this group. I can create a discussion. I can create a poll. But you got to know how to find all those things. And then there's also something about the way people message people. That's a very big in my world, is teaching my loan officers how to be people and not be businessy, how to come across as a friend and not so stuffy. So we have all this years of posts and polls, messages, responses, got it down to a really good science where me on the loan officer side, I can pull in 8 to 10 applications, real social security numbers every single day, like clockwork, without making a telephone call. Real easy. And then as a realtor, write this down. How much would it take for you to become a home seller, either now or in the spring? Does that sound corny? Yes. There's no doubt it sounds corny. Does it work? To the extreme. I've got one poll I created. Took me less than 20 seconds to create it. That has over 200 people click those options. About $61 million in volume. Let me know exactly how much they want to sell their house for. It's gold. And it's free. So get out there, create a poll, use that poll, and just base it off your market. So I've created this poll in Temecula, California, Riverside, California, in Knoxville, Tennessee, where I'm at, in Tampa, Florida. I've created these polls everywhere. It works everywhere. I've had people in California click they want to sell their house I've had 7 or 8, 10 people say they want to sell their house between $1 and $2 million. On Facebook, real people, real heartbeats. It's free. Go out there and try it. Don't be scared. You will have people message you directly. Say, I'm ready to sell my house. I got some minor work I need to do to my house. But now you've got a direct connection, which is going to lead into a very easy relationship created thanks to Messenger and Facebook. Hope that helps.
Absolutely. What you're saying is gold. And for those that aren't going to act and do something, just get Marty in the back channel. If you're shy, get Marty in the back channel. Connect with him. Ask him the questions. Ask him to send you. Go to his Instagram. You'll see some of these polls. Use those polls to get business. I'm going to ask you, have you done your business planning for 2022? Have you done business planning for 2022? If you haven't, make sure you add Facebook groups into your business planning for 2022. How many Facebook groups are going to add a day? How many Facebook groups are going to join a day? How many Facebook groups are going to buy next year? All those things. Make it part of your goals for 2022. Because it's going to be an amazing year. And I don't know about you, but I plan on taking over my area. Do you plan on taking over your area? Come on up. Ask questions. Let's keep this party going. Ping your friends. Have them join Newly Licensed Now What? We always bring value into these rooms. And we don't get paid for this. This is free. This is free. This is free for you to get the information. That's why we created this room. So if you're newly licensed and you don't know what to do, Here's a tool. Here's something you could do. It's free. Free. Everyone loves free, right? So connect with Marty. Click the button at the top. Join our newly licensed Now What. I'm here every day for you. So I'm going to land my plane. And let's see if anyone wants to come up. Raise their hand. Marty's time is valuable. All these different moderators are valuable. Everyone in this room is valuable. So come on up. Ask questions. Don't be shy. We won't bite. We promise. Jesse. Jesse. Come on up, Jesse. Welcome. Oh, I guess they can't speak. Anybody else have questions? Invite to speak. Come on up.
Sorry about that. I hit the wrong button.
There you go. Hey, Jesse. How are you doing, brother?
Good. How's everybody?
Fantastic. Fantastic. We're trying to pour into people, and, you know, free is good.
I was out showing houses. What did the feds end up doing at 2? Does anybody know?
You know, I've been in rooms. I was in an RPA room this morning, so I'm not sure. I'll have to check it after I get out here.
Yeah, even if these rates went up to 4 next year, that's still a good rate.
Absolutely, I agree. Hey, Jesse, have you ever used
next year they're going to have maybe 3 different raises of rates, possibly to get it back in their control. You know, whenever I'm on the loan officer side now, and my loan officers, they kind of freak out when they hear different things and stuff. But I say, you know, look, when I got in this business, rates are about 9 or 10%. One thing's for sure, we know, no matter what the rates are, people's always going to be buying houses. They're always going to need to refinance for a reason, or be cash out, get someone off a loan, whatever. But it's just a matter of everybody's mentality. And I tell everybody, look, even through the rough times, through 2008, 2012, I know plenty of people that still made 6 figures. Plenty of people still made a lot of money. They just had to work harder. You know, so if the rates do go up a little bit, we have to dig a little deeper, dig a little harder. But it ain't nothing that's going to hurt anything.
Yeah, I got into real estate in '84, and we're talking high rates.
Oh, yeah, you're probably 16.
Were they like 18%, Jesse?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're writing a lot of land contracts back then.
Jesse, introduce yourself. You're a broker. And have you ever used Facebook groups, Jesse?
In Holland, Michigan.
Have you ever used Facebook groups to get business?
No. I've got just a long following of families that I've helped in the area. And, yeah, I contemplate getting on social media. I mean, if you go to my Instagram, I don't have any posts. I'm contemplating starting to post some stuff after the first of the year. But a lot of my stuff is referral-based.
That's fantastic. So do you have a big team for your brokerage, or is it just yourself?
No, just me.
Very cool. Very cool. Hey, Al, what's going on?
Hi, everyone. How you guys doing? Just listening to all your great advice. Thank you very much. Just listening, to be honest. Nothing really going on, nothing really exciting except today's talk about interest rates. Is it going to slow the market? Of course, it's going to slow the refi market, but it doesn't mean people are not going to want to refinance. Doesn't mean people are not going to want to sell. Doesn't mean people are not going to want to buy. But it may mean different changes in different areas. So it's really going to depend on where you are and how hot the market's going to be. That's my feeling. I mean, if you're up in San Francisco, house just sold $1 million above asking price. If you're in LA, you're still going to be, $100,000, $200,000, $300,000. We just saw a house sell for $500,000 above asking price. So it's crazy, but you have to know your market at the end of the day. And I've been doing this since 1989, and I've seen the recession that took place in the early 90s, where sales were coming in at half the purchase price. They were coming in at literally half the loan amounts. And Savings and Loan Bust really did a number on everything. 2007, 2008. Believe it or not, a lot of people were able to keep the houses because of the government interference. So we saw houses, a lot of people lost houses in the early 90s. So it's just something that you have to keep an eye on. If this is your core, how you make your money, if this is how you're gonna eat, just keep your eye out and be positive, and good things will come. Don't get emotional about it. Just keep it. That's all I have to say. Thank you again for this room. Everything is very, very powerful that you learn it with you guys. And you guys said it best. It's free. Can't get better than that. Thank you.
Absolutely. The law of attraction is nothing without the action. That's what it is. The law of attraction is nothing without the action. So we've been on since about an hour and a half, and so Marty, I appreciate you in this room. I think we're going to wind down this room. I appreciate. Hopefully, we gave some good value. I'll talk to you in the back channel. See what next time you want to come in. Tim, I appreciate you coming in as well. Floor, Jesse, Al, all of you. This room would not be possible without the people that come into this room every day. So thank you so much. I'm going to close this room at 1:30. I'll give it another 3 minutes.
Thank you, Sam. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate the invite. And I'll definitely be back for sure.
Absolutely, my friend. So we need to work on LinkedIn with you, Marty. We need to figure out how to master LinkedIn now.
Hey, 2022, I'm going to be spreading this buzz like peanut butter. Be ready for it. And Sam, give me your your Gmail, and I'll give you access to my that PBG book. I'll let you check it out before it gets published.
Ah, beautiful. I love to see that.
All right, buddy. All right, man. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you, my friend. Take care. Drive safely.
Thank you, guys.
All right, see ya.
See y'all later. Have a great evening. All right. Instagram folks, you see the link there? Click on it if you want to know more about the Human Energy Buzz. Marty was giving free books out. I don't know if we can do anything in here because he's not on, but DM me, let me know. Maybe I can arrange some free books for you guys on Instagram. And we will talk to you soon tomorrow. Looks like my hair's a little messy. Sorry about that.
You have your meeting tomorrow?
Oh, I guess I got a meeting tomorrow. So we'll talk to you soon. Take care. Bye. And one last closure. If you want to earn your real estate license, look down at the bottom here. Right here. Actually, it should go like right here. Follow the scrolling. If you want to join my mentorship group, realtymentor.club. If you want a copy of my digital business card, go to dropthecard.club. Please join my clubhouse room Monday through Friday. My Facebook group, Newly Licensed Now What? Pretty much everything about the newly licensed agent is the same across the board. So just look up. Actually, if you Google Newly Licensed Now What, it should show up my my groups. Actually, I'm going to Google it right now as well to see if it shows up on my Google. Actually, it just showed up on my showed up on my Yahoo. Newly licensed, now what? It's mostly me on the top, and then there's a whole bunch of other stuff down at the bottom. But we got my videos are showing up right here. So just Google newly licensed, now what? Sam Silver. And you can get access to all my social media channels. Sorry about the noise in the background. Take care. Bye for now.